Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. We are heading into the hospital today. I'm working inpatient for the weekend. Today's actually Sunday, which feels weird to have to go into the hospital today. But anyway, I thought I would take you guys along, show you what a day in the life is like working at the hospital, especially on the weekends. It is quieter on the weekend. There's a lot less staff there, which is why I thought it'd be a better time to record. I'm actually the only dietitian at my hospital on weekend shifts, so it'll just be us. I've got a protein coffee to go. I did pack the rest of this Pioneer Pastures protein shake. These are nice, by the way. I like them. They have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I think the strawberry is my favorite, but it's not the best in coffee. And then I also packed some oatmeal that we'll make when we get there. I am so sweaty. I don't know what it is, but walking from my car all the way to the building and then up the stairs, I'm so hot every time. All right, real quick, while my computer is booting up, let's go run down to the cafeteria and get some hot water for our oatmeal. One thing I love about working alone on the weekends is I can turn the big light off and just have like my ambiance lighting. It's pretty great. All right, we've got our hot water, our oatmeal. I am so sweaty. First thing I gotta do is log into Epic and see how many consults I have. I did also work yesterday, so I have a pretty good idea of what's going on all the floors. I do also have to peek at the community hospitals today. That's one of my duties as well on the weekends, is to see what they've got going on, make sure there's no urgent tube feed needs or anything. My coworker who was working over at the other hospital, there's just two of us that work the weekends. She just told me she has a really big consult list. So hopefully mine's a little bit lighter and I can help her out because, oof. She's got it rough over there. What the heck? One of my tube feed consults that was there last night isn't there anymore. That's weird. All right, time to eat my oats and lock in. Oh, by the way, I'm adding a little peanut butter. Oh my gosh, guys, I was so like tunnel vision on what I was just doing. I got a call from one of the nurses at one of the community hospitals. Apparently they were like missing the tubing to run the tube feed, which we don't supply. We just supply the formula. Central Supply is supposed to make sure they have that. and I'm not on site there, so I didn't know how to help. So I'm calling other community hospitals, trying to see if they can get tubing to that hospital. Oh my gosh. And then I had 2 new tube feed orders I had to place. It's just been crazy. I need a snack desperately. I'm gonna have my 2 string cheese and some crunchy roasted edamame. This is the buffalo flavor. Love these. This little pack has 11 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. The power of edamame, y'all. I'm gonna eat this, then back to work. I'll check in with you guys next when it's time for lunch. Got another tube feed order in the ICU. Just signed that off. I need to eat lunch. I need to like step away for a second. I've got my lunch in the microwave. I do want to get a fun beverage from the cafeteria, so let's go grab that real quick. I am so spoiled because I normally don't have to pack my lunch. I get free lunch from the cafeteria, but that does not apply to the weekends, and so I had to bring my own lunch today, and I was not prepared. I need to go to the grocery store real bad, but of course, I normally go to the grocery on the weekends, and I'm working this weekend. Things are just all out of sorts. Thankfully, I had a leftover pork chop and some baked beans. Oh, and my hospital has a Coke Freestyle machine, which I love so much. So today I got a cherry Coke Zero. Oh, also, I packed a couple of these little cookies as well for a little sweet treat. What a day. I need to eat this, and then I've got a handful more consults to do. This is the busiest weekend I've ever worked, I think. Actually, yeah, for sure it is. This is madness.
Several hours later.
You guys, I don't know what is going on this weekend, but this has been the absolute busiest weekend I've ever worked. Oh, I just did the math and I completed 26 consults today. Whew, consults. It's one thing to have like 20 plus patients and have like some follow-ups in there and stuff, but to do 26 initial assessments, my brain is absolutely fried. I just logged off. We're gonna go home and I want to do some kind of movement tonight. I'm feeling cooped up from sitting all day. If it doesn't rain, we'll take the dogs for a walk. I will see you at home. Hi guys. Hi. Ow. Hi. Hi guys. I missed you. Who's mowing right now? Of course it started raining like right when I got home, so the dogs and I cannot go for a WALK. I am absolutely zonked. Tomorrow I'm on call, so I'll hopefully have a lot more time and energy to exercise and clean the house and do all those adult obligations. I think tonight we are going to allow for rest. Like I said earlier, we really need groceries. I have to do that tomorrow as well. So dinner is not gonna be the prettiest meal you've ever seen me make. But you guys know, if you watch my videos, that this whole account is all about being normal and realistic and not overcomplicating things that don't need to be overcomplicated. So yeah, I'm gonna shower, make some dinner, and then we'll probably just read and rot and hang out with the dogs the rest of the night. You guys know my go-to dinner when we don't have groceries and or I don't want to cook or put much thought or effort into my meal is a quesadilla. So I've got a chorizo, black bean, and corn quesadilla. I'm gonna have it with some salsa, homemade salsa that I canned last summer. And I have some tortilla chips too.
I think this is it's a little bit divisive. This is a divisive, polarizing thing.
I just finished reading Heated Rivalry last night, and I get the hype. I very much want to watch the show. I'm not usually much of a show or a movie person, but when it has to do with a book that I really love, I do feel much more inclined to watch it. I think it's on HBO, which I don't currently have a subscription to, but there is also another season of House of the Dragon coming out, I think soon. So maybe I'll wait until that comes out and then just like double dip. But yeah, Heated Rivalry and the one before it, I think it's called Game Changer. Those were my first introduction into a gay hockey romance. Yeah, I will be continuing in that genre. I'm also reading A Touch of Malice. This is book 3 in the Hades and Persephone saga. As you can guess, it's a Hades and Persephone retelling, but it's like more modern. Persephone lives in like the modern world. She's a journalist, she went to college, and then she met Hades. You know, they fall in love, whatever. It's pretty good. I'm not like obsessed with the series, but it is just like fun and easy to read. I'm about halfway through. I hope that I can finish this tonight. I want to just like sit here and read the rest of the night. My body is not tired. I want to exercise, but I am just so mentally drained that I can't. Having a job where you have to use your brain so much is so interesting to me. Like, how do I feel exhaustion even though I sat in a chair for 8+ hours straight? I barely moved all day, but I feel like I got hit by a train. I guess it's just further proof that mental health is in fact health, because if our brain is tired, it's going to impact the rest of our body. Anyway, enough chit chat. I want to read about sexy gods. And with that, I am calling a wrap on this day and this video. It's gonna be me and my sleepy time tea, my dogs, and my book the rest of the night. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I've got some full day of eatings and such planned, so be sure to subscribe so you are aware when those get posted. I hope you guys enjoyed this day in the life at the hospital as a dietitian. I will see you guys in the next one.